This workbook has 4 different pages. I go through this in class. It's a tutorial. You can download the file from the class website. We're doing a few things here. We're going to be doing the payment function eventually. You have a $5,000 down payment, so you have to subtract the 5,000 from, we hit the equal sign, minus the 5,000, $27,000. We need to do the monthly payment. 3 parts to a loan: the principal, number of years, interest rate. To do this, we go into formulas. We go into financial. We go to PMT. You got 3 parts to fill in. Rate, we don't have to do the bottom 2 because they're not bold. So the rate, you pay it monthly, we divide by 12. Number of payments, 3 years. We multiply it by the number of months. The present value of the loan. To make it appear as a positive, hit the minus, we click in the 27,000. $798.95 is what you're going to be paying on this car. If you're doing it over 4 years, I'll just undo, leave it at 3. I want to know how much of my income I'm spending on the financing here. We have annual income and we have a monthly payment. So what you need to do is to divide the monthly payment here by what we need to do is monthlyize the annual income. I will put parentheses in here, 51,000 divided by 12. Complete the formula. It says 19 cents. It's more like 19%. I go on the Home tab. I click on the percent. 19%. I need to add a decimal. I increase decimal. That's actually 18.80%. Next thing we're going to do an if statement. What I'm saying, if I'm spending less than 20% of my income on a car payment, I can take a vacation, otherwise stay home. It's binary, it's true or it's false. We go on the formulas tab, we go to logical, we click on if. So I want to say if the monthly payment is less than 20%. So less than, sorry about that, less than 20, you can type in 20% or 0.2. If B12 is less than 20%, and again I put in a greater than symbol, look carefully, true, you see the word right here. If it's true, I'm going to say take a vacation. I go to the box down below. It put quotes around it. You don't have to type them in because it's a text string. Don't worry about it, it will show up. You're in the formula bar, it's there. If I want to look at the formula I've done, hit the FX right there. It shows everything. But let's say this person decides to buy a fancier car, like a 38,000 car. Staying home. Let's go to calculator. This is using the payment function again. We're talking about mixed references, where you're financing a car. You're going to do the formula once. You're not going to do it a gazillion times. So we're going to be using the F4 key to do this. So I'm going to be doing the formula. I go into financial, PMT, and the rate here. This is the interest rate. We're going to divide it by 12, but if you see the data here, it's in a row. We want it to be $4. I hit the F4 key once, a second time. I divide by 12. 0.0025. The number of payments. This is in a column. I click here, hit the F4 key once, second, third time, $A5 times 12. Present value. I want number of payments. I just slipped up here. That should have been in another section. Number of payments That's the 4 years here. We have to lock in that cell. $B1. And what it is, minus sign. Look inside here. F4. Do this slowly, okay? It's showing the 4 years here. The present value, which is what I missed before. And when I was doing the number of payments, you don't put a minus there. Sometimes when you're talking and doing things, you can get a little mixed up. You're seeing the humanness in me. The present value, I hit the minus. I go into the 10,000. This is where I lock in the column. Once, twice, third time. Okay, it's showing here $2,515. That does not make sense. What I forgot to do, showing you some things here. What you need to do, the number of payments, you have to multiply it by what? 12. 221. So if you're seeing a really crazy number, you know there is a problem. You shouldn't be paying $12,000 a month on a loan. I drag it to the right, drag it down. So we've got that done. Talking about Vlookup. This is a little, I have the things showing in here, 6 things we're going to do. Pretty easy here. I want to put the current date here. I could type in equal today, left, right parenthesis. I want to count the number of employees. That is an alphanumeric. If I did equal count, it's not going to work. So what we're going to do, I want to do the count. You can actually type it in, which I'm going to do here. I type in equal count A, left parenthesis, highlight these cells here. Those are the employees. Hit the enter key. So you got 6 people. If I delete one, it'll change it to a 5 because it's count A, not count. If I go over here, it does not show count A. It's counting numbers. I want to create a range called bonus. And then we're going to do a formula to determine it. This is the range. You could use the F4 and highlight it. I do that. I click in here. I type in the word bonus. Hit the enter key. If you don't hit the enter key, it doesn't appear. I click here. It shows bonus. We're going to be doing a VLOOKUP in here in a minute. And it's only on the data, not the captions. What we need to do first, though, we have to do the monthly salary. Divide it by 12. Drag it down. I just double clicked on that. I'm going to do the bonus here. What it's going to say, it might be 5%, 2% or something like that. But you want to get more than that, okay? So I'm going to be doing this as a 2-level formula. So we're doing the formula in here. And I should have had that as a higher instruction. So to do the rating bonus, it's equal or the VLOOKUP. So what it is, we're looking at the rating survey score. The table array is called bonus. And if you look inside here, it's column number 2. That's column 1, column 2. I just type in 2 for the column. I say OK. It's showing a nickel. What you do at this point, you multiply star here. 208.33. We want to do the monthly take-home pay equal this plus this. Highlight these 2 cells, bring it down. So next thing we're going to do now, we're going to do statistics on the bonuses, the largest, the lowest, whatever. So I can go into here, click over here, click on min, and then I highlight this. I want to do the average. Again, I could type it in. Equal average, left parenthesis. I hit the enter key. I want to know the highest bonus. Equal max. If you're good with the keyboard, this is a great way to do this. I hit the enter key. So everything is done here. Going to the final sheet in here. I have instructions in here on what to do. First thing we're going to do is create a bar chart on products and New York City sales. So when you're doing this, we're highlighting non-adjacent ranges. I highlight these 4 cells. Then I use the control key. Make sure you have the exact same range size, the 36 through that here. So we're going to put this in a new page called New York City Sales. So I'm going to go into Insert, Charts. I'm going to do a bar chart. You got that? I'm going to move this to a page. It says Move Chart, New Sheet, Bar Chart. It's over here, and we want to call this, I'll just read the instructions over here, NYC Sales. That's what I should have called this. I could just double click inside here, NYC Sales. If I click in here, I want to put that title in here. Click in here, up here, NYC Sales. Other thing too, you can do a lot of formatting. I click inside Accessories. I can make it a bigger font, like let's say 16. Shows up, adjust the chart. I could make this larger too. Click over here too. I could change the color of things, the text color, make it a dark blue. I could go over here, make it a dark blue. I can bold it. Other thing too, you have these 3 little things here. You got the plus here. You could do axis titles here, and it's pretty obvious what they are. Doing this as a real basic thing here, you could put the data table underneath, which you see there. You've got the grid lines. If I want to move the legend, I click right here on that arrow there, and I could just say top. That legend here does not make sense. I just delete it. Depends on the chart you're doing. Another cool thing here, I could change the chart. I'm on here. I click on the Design tab. You can do a lot of things here. I can make it change the style. You got these little templates here. Next thing here, watch this. I click on Change Chart Type. I can make it a column chart. I click here, shows it, says OK. So we've done the first chart. Very basic intro. Let's do another chart. I go into Acme here. What I want to do, I want to base it on cities and total sales. So it's these here, but I don't have totals here. What I do, I highlight this here, and then I could click on the Sigma key, and then I can highlight these cells here, click on the Sigma key. So again, we're going to do a 3D pie chart. I'm going to highlight Chicago through New York, then I'm going to highlight these numbers here. It's going to be based on cities and total sales. To do that, I go into Insert, Step 1 Highlight, Step 2 Insert, and then I click over here, 3D Pie. I can make it a little smaller. I can position it, and then let's say I want to put a title here, and I'll say Sales by City. Again, go up into the formula bar, and then again you could change the flavor. You have different things here. You could also do things here like change colors. Quick layout. Hover your mouse. See how it does things a little bit differently, each one. So I have that. You might want that one there. But I lost Sales by City. I need to put the title back in here. I could say add chart element, chart title, above chart. Again, I just call this Sales by City. You can make it larger. You can see it's going off a little bit. Pull it down. It's like a PowerPoint graphic. Make it a little wider. Other thing too here, when you're printing, I have the chart selected. If I do Control P, it's just a chart. I deselect the chart. I do a Control P. What it's doing here, it's going off the page. I could go into page setup, say fit to page, make it landscape, And if I don't want all those grid lines, I click on Sheet, I uncheck grid lines, row and column headings, say OK. And we have a footer in here showing the date we're doing this. Escape. We're done with our Excel lesson.